Time to explore now. She handed her book over. Pick your poison. Gemma scanned the list. What are mob hits? Her eyes danced with excitement. Great choice. I found a list of the most gruesome mafia murders anywhere. We'll need a map. She tapped her teeth with a pencil. A lot of them are in Brooklyn and the Bronx. Gemma was still a little skittish about going from the Upper West to the Upper East side of Manhattan to reach her school. The thought of Brooklyn made her hands sweat, and the Bronx might have been on Jupiter for all she knew. Yes, we could do that. She pointed at another option, one that seemed less exotic. Gemma struggled to read the words next to an elaborate edifice Shelby had sketched. Who's buried in Grant's tomb? That's a joke. I've been by there, but I've never looked inside. What do you do with some computer? Are you up for it? Was it far? She got up and reached out to pull Gemma to her feet. It's up on the Upper West Side. It's not too far from the cathedral, and I know you've been there. I have. That was the limit of her tether, and she'd only been there with her parents. All right, let's do that. Could we stop at your house so I can leave my books? If she went home first, Mummy would question them and reject the plan. Sure. She put her arm through Gemma's and started for her home. You can call your mom and tell her you're going to have dinner with me. Oh, no, I couldn't do that. Mummy has supper on the table at 7:30. She'll be expecting me. Smiling, Shelby pinched her cheek. You're the cutest little thread in all of New York. When they reached the townhouse, Mrs. Bates was just entering. Well, what do we have here? Hello, Mother, Shelby said, exaggerating the formality. They went in, and Shelby threw all of her things on the floor. Gemma wouldn't have done something like that even if the world were ending. What are you two girls up to? We're looking for fun. I want to go to Queens and find this Ecuadorian neighborhood that's supposed to have good food. But Gemma wants to go to Grant's tomb. Mrs. Bates laughed. Grant's tomb? Is he really there? I think so. But I'm looking for a little more action than seeing some guy's grave. Pondering the issue for a moment, Mrs. Bates said, why don't you go down to Soho? That's where all the young artists hang out. True, Shelby nodded. But I don't think you can see much from the street. You've got to be able to peep into somebody's studio. Her expression brightened. Ooh, peep shows. Let's go to Times Square. Laughing, Mrs. Bates ruffled Shelby's hair. I'd pay to see that. She started to walk up the stairs. Whatever you do, have fun. Ooh, and I'm on a tight deadline. If you see any interesting food, bring some home. We don't have a scrap. Gemma was frozen in place. Mummy had very clearly laid out the places she was never to go. Times Square was at the top, the very top of the list. If she'd seen Shelby's list, the forbidden zones would undoubtedly grow. I'd really like to see this tomb. We can make our way down the list slowly. Assessing her, Shelby gave Gemma a narrow-eyed gaze. I think you need to shake things up. Mummy has your leash on too tight. Gemma's mouth was dry when she tried to speak. That might be true, but I'd still like to see the tomb. We have to start somewhere. Shelby gazed at her for a second. I guess. She put her hand around Gemma's arm and let her out. Can I go home with you sometime? I'd love to have supper on the table at 7:30. Of course. I'll ask Mummy. Shall I ring her now? Nah. Ask when you get home. Let's scoot. We can cut through the ramble. They started to walk, dancing across the street against the lights, but just missing getting tagged by a speeding taxi. Maybe we'll see somebody get a blowjob. My Uncle Billy always said if a guy couldn't get blown in a ramble, it was time to turn straight. Gemma was certain he wouldn't think that was a good idea. She wasn't exactly sure what a blowjob was, but given the sparkle in Shelby's eyes, it had to be something about sex. They entered the park with the threat and the promise of the unknown making her skin tingle. It always did when she was with Shelby.
All right, wasn't that great?
Yeah.
Okay, another round of applause for these ladies. There is a short